So again, it's Jonathan Blowers here. Now, we've done a few little videos on Passive House and what it takes to achieve it. Now, what we haven't really touched on much is why we need to do it. This is where it gets quite a personal thing because I know people who really struggle with health and well-being and various reasons why we need to produce something which is going to cancel out so many problems that we have today. One of it is fuel poverty. There's not just a few hundred people, not just a few thousand, but tens of thousands of families that struggle to pay their bills every single week. And that's something we don't need to do. We can eradicate that completely just by the way we build. And so why don't we do it? The reasons for that is because of resistance to change. Everybody knows we need to change. It's not just about fuel poverty. It's so many things in the world today we need to look at. Climate change isn't something which is happening in the future. It's happening now. It's here. We've all seen it. We may not recognize it, but we've all seen it. The planet itself, this little tiny crust on this amazing planet that we live on, we're damaging every day. We can really reduce the amount of impact we have on that. So there's nothing negative to come out of building in a positive way. And that's basically all I want to do. And I'm involved with a number of companies across the UK. But here at Pure House, they have a really good ethos of what they want to do. They believe, as I do, in people first. People, planet, then profit. You have to make a profit, otherwise you can't help the people or the planet. But the people and the planet first. So fuel poverty, health. I've seen people live in passive house and really good quality housing for a number of years. 10 years I've been involved with passive house. 2007 was my first introduction to zero carbon and the effects it could potentially have on how we do things. And so we're taking that and improve. I've seen health improve by the way we live within the houses that we have produced over the last 10, 12 years. Whether it's asthmatics, other lung conditions. I personally have cystic fibrosis in the family, so therefore to see what we need to do to achieve so many things. And also we can also use it to train people. The green skills gap is massive. We have, we have a massive lack of knowledge in the industry. We have people who really work very hard to produce an excellent, good quality thermal envelope, good product. Then we have other trades come in that don't work for them, subbies come in, and they destroy the place doing their job. And then they have to go back and redo it. But there's a lack of education and a lack of care. That leads to this. So the whole idea is to get everybody on board as much as possible and to hit head on the resistance that the construction industry has as a whole and get away from the idea that you're going to pump hundreds of millions of pounds into this and just put it into the pockets of the wrong people. Because you put more money into something, at the moment, the only thing that happens is the people with money end up with more. The gap is still widening. We need affordable housing, we need good quality housing, we need people that can live comfortably with little expense. And we have the ability. There are many places in the country that are working very hard to achieve this. But they're still hitting resistance on every turn. So that's just a few reasons why I'm involved in what we do and why I've been involved with the Pure House guys here, because they have the same beliefs as I do. And we think that if we can help somebody in some small way to improve the way we build and that we can improve people's lives, why wouldn't we do it? We've also been involved with prisons, getting prisoners back into work. We've also been involved with colleges, still are. We're also involved with getting ex-service personnel into work. Um, and using every opportunity we can to train people and give them knowledge and understanding of what it is we do, and to give them skills to earn a really good living in a consistent way, instead of just throwing something at them and saying, there, get on with it. The whole idea is to improve things. I wish we were 10 years ago where we are now. But we're not. We should have been. But again, it's that resistance in the industry. But we are chipping away at it, and there's people like yourselves that get on board and maybe have their own reasons for doing and supporting what it is we're trying to do across the country with many different companies. But what we, the Pure House team and other guys across the country, are trying to do to improve lives, to improve the way we live, to improve the costs of how we live, so it doesn't cost so much to live or to build, and also to help the environment, because if we don't look after this little tiny crust that we live on this amazing planet, none of us are going to, this is just for nothing. So we need to get people, we need to get the planet, and we need to get enough profits to be able to support that. And so please have a think, and maybe just get on board with what we believe in some small way, because it'll make a big difference. Thank you.